Okay, with Alien Romulus now out in theaters, I want to say I like the movie a lot. If you want to see it, I definitely recommend seeing it. Make up your mind on your own. I do think it's going to be one of the most divisive films of the year for sure. Not even divisive, because I see people not caring about it, people hating it, and people loving it. So go see it. Go see it. That's all I got to say. But let's get into this. If you want more about my thoughts on it, check out my review. If you want to talk spoilers, go check out the spoiler video Any Explained. This is more talking about some of the things that Fede Álvarez, who's the director, said sort of inspired this film, and I found it interesting as somebody who enjoyed it. So if you enjoy the movie and you want to watch this video, kudos. Really appreciate you being here. Subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. We talk movies on all things you love. If you hated the movie and you just want to hate watch this one, I appreciate it as well, because, hey, you know what they say, any type of view is still a view. But let's get into Alien Romulus. Is that even a saying? I don't know. So the director talked about alien isolation, which is something I just found to be the best thing to hear, because it's exactly what I thought when I watched the movie. Like, I felt like I was in alien isolation at points, and I really do love that that's a crucial part about what made this film what it is for Fede. So this is actually from a little podcast that Fede is going to be on, the Inside Total Film podcast. I don't believe they've released the episode yet. We'll definitely be listening to it and see what else comes out of it. But Fede talks about alien isolation. He says, alien isolation was kind of what made me see that Alien could truly be terrifying and done well today. He goes on to say, I played a few years after it came out. Don't Breathe was coming out, or was I waiting for Don't Breathe to come out? And I was playing the game. That's why at the time I was like, fuck, if I could do anything, I would love to do Alien and scare the audience again with that creature in those environments. I was playing and realizing how terrifying Alien could be if you take it back to that tone. So honestly, really love that aspect of it. And yes, indeed, I think that Prometheus was such a great film, honestly. It's still like top 5 for me when it comes to Alien. Right now, I have it at number 1. It could change, I don't know. But I still really enjoyed what we saw when it was done in Alien Romulus, when you had these dark corridors, you had something lurking, you heard noises, you saw something in the shadow, and you were just wondering, oh man, what's about to happen? Should I go this way? Should I go that way? I love that aspect of the film, and I know that's something people hated. They said it was like a video game. To me, amazing. So something else that Fede talked about was that the emergency phone in the game, which are called registration points, which allowed you to save, but aren't exactly a safe haven, as they pretty much told you, yeah, you should save because something bad's about to happen right now. He says he put some of those throughout the movie. He says the movie is set up in a way that every time something bad is about to happen, you will see a phone. In the game, every time you knew there's a phone, you go, fuck, I'm about to get into some bad set piece. It's the same thing here. You'll see they're planted strategically throughout the film. When you see the phone, it's like brace for impact. I love that aspect of it. And I really love when filmmakers bring other elements of art into the film, not just other movies, because I think at points, you know, it can get too redundant if everybody's just like calling back to the same movie. But I do love when filmmakers bring other art into this, especially video games, which is something I love to play video games. So really love that about it as well. Fede also talked about a third world inspiration for the film as well. And this was actually when he was speaking to another podcast. This actually comes from the Crew Call podcast, in which he says, I hope people connect with it because it's such a third world story. That's where I'm from. If you're born in the third world, that's your reality, for good, for bad. You're always going to do good when you grow up. Fede Álvarez, by the way, is from Uruguay, just for like the whole thing to make sense what he's talking about here. So the narrative of young people that are born in the place that they feel is the wrong place, where things feel like they're collapsing around them and they just want to get out of here. They should look at their parents and look, I don't want to end up like them. That's a very third world reality. Somebody whose family did come from another country in order to find a better life. I really did vibe with that aspect of the movie, and I thought about that myself, that these people, these crew on this movie were trying to find a better life. They didn't want to end up like everybody else around them, and it really was like an immigrant story. Really, that's exactly what I'm getting from Fede as well. And you know, I really love that all of these different influences, from the video game to his real life world, living in Uruguay, moving around and things like that, came into the film. And of course, like I've said before, he had to include the things from the previous Alien films to sort of be a soft launch of sorts. That's how I see Alien Romulus. Still a great film, because I compare it to The Force Awakens, which I love The Force Awakens. I still remember, that's one of like those memories that I have going to watch that film opening night that I still remember and really still love a lot, honestly. Force Awakens, I love that film. I definitely want to watch it again pretty soon. But I do love all of these other things that Fede is talking about here, from the vibes he wanted from Alien Isolation after playing the game. And it's kind of crazy thinking that when he was making Don't Breathe almost like 10 years ago, that he was just thinking about making an Alien film while he was playing Isolation. And here we are in 2024 with his Alien film coming out with the Alien Isolation vibes as well, and also the aspect of this third world country feel, and just from his own perspective, because I'm not trying to say like Uruguay or any other place is like a third world or a bad place to live and all of that. I can't give you that perspective. I'm not from there. But if somebody does feel that way, then that's valid. And if they want to put it into a movie, that's valid as well. I really do think that not everybody is a monolith, no matter if they all come from the same town. Even some people might feel different about what he had to say. Maybe they love where they live, and that's okay as well. But I still think that it's valid for him to be able to express himself through these interviews, through his art, through the film and all of that. And so something I also found interesting about Fede was that he talked about making an Alien vs. Predator film with Dan Trachtenberg, who is the director of Prey, which, by the way, Prey should have been released in theaters. We know that now. But hopefully Prey 2, and hopefully Alien vs. Predator becomes a thing. I would be open to seeing an Alien vs. Predator movie with Dan Trachtenberg and Fede Álvarez co-directing. I mean, let me know what y'all think about that. But that was definitely a lot of things that we've gotten from this press run. The Alien Romulus discourse has been more insane than I expected it to be. Trap was something else, but this is something else as well. So we'll see what happens in the future. Let me know what you think about this news. Would you want to see a Fede Álvarez Alien vs. Predator with Dan Trachtenberg helping out? Comment below, let me know. Just wanted to talk about it because I do enjoy Alien Romulus. I'm about to play Alien Isolation this weekend, so that's definitely something that's coming to the channel, so stay tuned for that. But let me know your thoughts and opinions if you wanted to hear more about the inspirations behind Romulus and all of that. They are going to be releasing the podcast, I believe, soon, so I will be listening to it and we'll get more tidbits from it there. And we could discuss it more if I want. I'll probably do a live tonight where we'll talk spoilers and all of that, so let me know what you think about that. And as always, that is going to do it for me. We're on the road to 35,000 subscribers. Let's get to it. Make sure you follow us on our website, www.culturalelixir.com, as well as our Instagram at itsculturalelixir. I'll see all of you next time. Stay safe, stay positive.